vector reports that we have are strictly unofficial out of Alaska and Colorado, but very, very strong. We have reports of substantial building damage in San Benito County, and then reports of breakdowns around the Bay Area.
It's going to be pretty rough. It's pretty widespread outage situation. We're even in the dark in the office.
Customer services emergency.
Okay, in your phone book on B12, the B section, but on B12 it tells you how to turn off your gas valve.
Only if they have a gas leak, then we're going to take that information. If the gas is on, they don't have any leaks, they're going to be okay.
Okay, I will report this and make sure we'll do as soon as we can. We'll get in there.
Got a large number of circuits out, but I don't think I have any subs out.
Anybody like to answer some phone calls downstairs? We'll train you.
Burge, this is George. We have sustained very considerable damage in the Oakland area.
9th Avenue and East 18th, we got a strong area out outside.
Yeah, everybody's smelling gas.
Everybody's smelling gas. Wired down.
Yeah.
Just separate them. Gas. Right, they said do not turn it back on. They got explosive gas.
Intermittent gas over in the street. Okay. Gas leak. Near line down.
Richmond, hey Joe.
It was a scene of devastation at the intersection, for example, of Grand Avenue and 880. That is the Cypress section as I approached it tonight.
Well, I'm going to have to shut your gas off. We'll get back to you when we can.
Okay.
All right. 83.
What are you doing now?
What am I doing? I'm shutting off the gas. Why? They have a gas holder inside their unit. I don't have time to investigate. We're just shutting it off. They called it in. We're shutting it off. We'll get back later. If you don't smell any gas in the house, don't turn your gas off. It's going to be a long time before we can get back. But if you've turned your gas off, leave it off.
My mom said that there's no light over there. There's no light.
Okay, we understand there's no light, but we have a major problem. We'll get back here when we can, but it's going to be a while, okay? Thanks a lot. I'm just going to hop and go until I complete, and then then I'll call them in all at once. We'll do them both.
What do you got here?
We've got a jumper burned open at Foothill and 40th, and also a wire down right close to it.
Okay, looks like we got Providence Hospital in trouble up there, Emmanuel, so
Looks like you got it together.
let me know when you're heading that way.
Yeah, give us another 5 minutes and we'll be moving on.
Right now, we're still cutting wire and clear thickening portions of major circuits. As soon as we get those picked up, then we'll start repairing some of the damage. Right now, we're just trying to clear the damage.
Okay, here's your clearance limits right here, I think. One of them C1115, one of them C1114.
There's a subsurface switch between here and Jack London Square. That's a loop. Okay, that goes back to a riser down there a little bit farther.
Yeah.
So there's a switch that's a normal open.
We're going to throw a throwing ball across the tracks here so we can pull our line up. The line is down. We got to get something across.
once we were able to stabilize what we had, all right, minimum load, what have you, all our stations were tied in, now we're ready to start picking up load, then those priorities came in. Communications is so important in a disaster. And then the emergency command posts like police, city emergency offices, what have you. And then the hospitals came right close behind that. And if we could energize both locations at the same time, we did that.
The room was shaking. The indications were the first shot we had here is we lost Metcalf. All the breakers went green. Then we started getting calls from the different switching centers around, and we just went very erratic frequency, started oscillating. Our computers were down for a little while, and we brought the Fresno backup EMS into service. We dropped an area pretty much from the San Francisco side of the Golden Gate Bridge all the way down through San Francisco, the peninsula, down in the coast, Moss Landing, Carmel, and through the Salinas Valley.
You could tell it was a major emergency, and I was getting also information back on the newscasts and could tell from that it was very, very serious. My estimates, we had about 700,000 electric customers out, maybe about 90,000, 100,000 gas customers.
PG&E, Russ Jackson.
Today we're in a cleanup mode. We have got a lot of people who have not gas service, approximately 10,000 or so people. On the electric side of the business, we're in the same situation, which is a cleanup situation.
It is chaotic, but I think the customers are pretty appreciative that we're here and that we're providing them some good information. And I also think that our crews are out there, we're doing a good job.
They're appreciative, actually, and they're not mad at all. They're just very anxious.
I have a report here that indicated between 5 and midnight, we had approximately 4,500 calls come into the Oakland office.
The volume is at least 10 times greater than we normally have.
But today they're going to be repairing mostly wires down and damage that was caused by the earthquake yesterday. We've got crews mobilizing into Oakland from Walnut Creek, Antioch, and Hayward area. We also have 7 crews coming from San Joaquin Valley region, Merced, and Stockton, and they should arrive at 10, 11 o'clock.
This service is back on. That one's back on. The 3-pot bank at the end isn't quite on yet, but it will be in a minute.
The biggest problem is to ascertain the extent of the damaged areas and the requirements for manpower. We had over 90,000 people that have to be relit. We moved quite a few people from San Joaquin Valley region, Sacramento Valley region, and Redwood region, and we'll redeploy people as areas are put back in service.
You're not going to be in that big an area. You're going to be in an area about this big. Okay.
The game plan today was we're going to go after Santa Cruz City proper, and we're going to try to get as much gas restored as possible. We have 38 people from San Joaquin are going to be doing the relights in that area.
Morning. My name is Vince. I'm with PG&E. I'm here to turn your gas back.
I found the service on these 2 units. This guy said everything was okay, so I went in here and I checked the other unit, made sure all the appliances were okay, and I'm just going to go to the next place and see what I find.
Well, we're from Fresno. There's a group of us, about 18 of us from Fresno, and we caravanned up. Our service foreman called us about 7 p.m., a couple hours after the earthquake, and filled a suitcase up and took off. Here we are.
We started from right here. We're going down the street over here. Lenore and them are
are on the other side of Rodriguez. They're coming up this way.
Well, we're trying to work as a team here and just take one area at a time. I think we're the only group of gas servicemen here in this town.
Watsonville?
Watsonville. There's 22 of us from Sacramento, so it's hard to get everybody on at one time with 22 servicemen.
We've asked for help from neighboring utilities. We have about 280 gas servicemen from Southern Cal Gas, San Diego Gas and Electric, from Sierra Pacific, and Mountain Fuel in Salt Lake City.
And it's an opportunity to help these guys out, but on the other hand, someday the same thing could happen down in San Diego, and I know that we really need their help down there, so it could be vice versa in the future here, so we're happy, like I said, to help out.
"17 years I've been with PG&E. This is the worst disaster I've ever been in."
Well, I'm with GC, and what we're doing here is we're replacing some old copper wire with wire that's insulated for tree damage.
Under normal conditions, why we'd have things laid out, plenty of time to prepare for it, and just to organize ourselves to do the job the way it should be done. In this case here, we're just flying at things that with no notice at all. Just come out in the morning and go to work. That's good. Tie it off right there.
Well, it's hard to tell in terms of what happened to the system at this stage. We're going to have to do a lot of analysis to try to determine exactly what happened. But basically, we ended up isolating and losing a good portion of San Francisco, predominantly, as we can see, as a result of our transmission system and the failures we had in the transmission system. To our generating stations, the only place where we had any substantial damage is at Moss Landing.
The earthquake took us out of service the other night. We were putting out about 700,000 kilowatts at the time. The damage to the plant itself, there are some structural problems. Probably the most visible things is some water storage tanks that ruptured at the time of the earthquake. The switchyard, I'm afraid, took the bulk of the damage from the earthquake. The words we've been using is the 500 kV yard is trashed. We're trying to recover. We have got units back online on the old plant. A lot of it right now is still damage assessment, trying to determine exactly what we've got to do to get the big unit back in service, Unit 6.
Well, I'm pleased to report that the Diablo Canyon performed well. Actually, the plant was 150 miles away from the epicenter, and there was very little shaking felt. Unit 1 was out of service on its third refueling outage. Unit 2 was at full power and continued to operate at full power during the entire period of the earthquake and following. And I might add that the availability of that 1,100 megawatts of power to the system at that very crucial time was very, very important in anchoring the southern part of our system.
How long have you been working, Will?
This is going on 30 hours for us now. The second 30 hours.
A little over 24 hours now this time.
Since 7:30 yesterday.
How tired are you?
I'm pretty tired, I guess.
I've been out here about 9 or 10 hours.
What have you been doing?
Replacing the overhead lines and transformers.
I've been working since 7:30 yesterday.
Oh, wow.
I guess what is today, Friday already? Yeah, 7:30 yesterday.
How tired are you?
I don't know. I'm too tired to really feel it yet.
Well, we got off at 3 this morning, and we came back in at 11. So, got about maybe, 4 or 5 hours sleep. Came right back in,
Been on and off, 24 hours here, off here, Quite a while.
We've been working all of them.
from 12-hour shift to 14-hour shift, and they've been great. They seem to not to mind to work so hard and so long. They just get in there and do it.
Yeah, everybody's pretty up about, getting the work done.
It's been a lot of hard work, but we've made a lot of friends out here. Everybody's glad to see PG&E coming, and we get a lot of thumbs up.
Well, I've seen some signs that we're thanking PG&E, and I think a lot of the people that didn't know what went on in this office, after they saw the way the service was getting back and the way people were working, I think earned a lot of respect.
I think the sign says it. Just thank you very much. And you may not think people appreciate you, but they really do.
You guys are great. You really helped out. Came out, closed the mains the best we could. Although the adverse conditions that we were under, I think we fared real good, and thank God you guys helped us out. Appreciate it.
With so many gas leaks and things that had to be checked out, that we needed the expertise of PG&E employees, and without them, we wouldn't be able to be sure that some of these buildings were secure or unsafe or whatever. So without them, we would have really had some bigger problems.
Everybody's really working well together. There's because there's like a sense that the things need to be done. So we're just going out and doing them.
Well, I used to work here. I spent 8 years over here, and they needed volunteers to come over and help. So I knew the system, I thought. And, most of the guys that were from San Francisco originally volunteered to come down and help out.
You get sort of esprit de corps. Everybody pitches in. Our whole, I'd say 2/3 of our yard showed up without any phone calls on Tuesday.
I'd say everybody's pretty much one unit. We're all working together to get this back online.
It was a wonderful thing, really, to behold the teamwork of everyone working together to recover from a tremendous disaster.
I think the response of this organization, from every employee in the field to the support people in the offices, was absolutely outstanding. It was a team effort, probably unparalleled in the utility industry of America.
I was driving home after 31 hours and listened to the radio, and that's the first time reality hit me. And I was really emotionally affected by it. But reflecting back on it in the 31 hours I was here, it was just getting our system back together, priority. All right. And I think to a man, everybody felt that way.
We learned some very positive things. We learned that when we're focused and we've got something that we know we have to accomplish, we can accomplish anything. Absolutely anything. And we can rise to Herculean efforts. Our people are saying, it's our job. We just went about doing our job. And they really didn't recognize the heroic nature even of what they had done. And I'm sure that there isn't an employee that went through this crisis who now doesn't really know and understand the commitment of PG&E to serve the customers, the commitment to safety, the commitment to the public well-being and well-good, and also the commitment to one another to do our share and to help our fellow employees get things done.